swear to God. And that was such an amazing feeling. But like, where did you start all of this? Can you talk about that journey of yours where you started having these classes?
Yeah.
I mean, you must have attended some meditation classes before for yourself,
Yes.
and then you learned it,
Yes.
and then you started doing it, and then offering classes to people. Like, how it is like?
So when I was in college, in fact, when people are exploring, so I was in Manipal, people are exploring all sorts of things. I'm here exploring meditation. I'm here exploring spirituality. Like in our engineering library.
Yeah, like 18, what we were like 20, 21.
Yeah, and I'm like, we're free for the first time, right? We are free out of our parents' safe space and everything. You can be out there, explore anything. And I was seeking a lot of spirituality. So actually, in the engineering library, there was this one small section which was English textbooks and spirituality, and I felt really drawn to one of those books. And there were two authors. One was Louise Hay. She's a lot about affirmations and positive mindset. And there's another which is a little bit more esoteric, a little bit more spiritual. They're called Abraham Hicks. So that was my first introduction. They're both Western teachers. So I found my way through the Western teachers into meditation, and I went for some meditation classes. And beyond the classes, I started exploring it myself, and I found a lot of peace when I started just sitting and meditating, listening to some guided meditation. I think a lot of people get this wrong because people think that meditation, something's gonna happen in that 10-15 minutes. You are suddenly gonna hit nirvana, or suddenly you become sane for something. But sometimes it's just some clarity or some calmness. Sometimes.
So, what does that mean? Again, like being aware of the chaos that you have inside you, or just being aware of that calmness that you need to bring into yourself. Like,
I think it wasn't even an awareness of what is needed. There was an awareness or almost a recognition of my own true voice. And I think we all have this inner wisdom. We all are capable of it. And you might call it a connection to God, where you can hear certain insights, or you can hear some advice or something, or clarity.
we already have all the answers inside us.
Exactly.
We just need
We
to
have a lot of,
organize our thoughts.
yes, or
Yeah.
calm ourselves a little bit, or away from the noise that is around us, of the shoulds and the, I have to, and all of that. And when you can calm yourself down a little bit, you just hear, okay, this is what is the next step for me. Or this is what I want to do. This is who I truly am. Or this feels like the next impulse to chase. And it kind of comes from within you. It is not even someone else's voice. It just feels a natural thing, like, oh, I should maybe do this. Or maybe reach out to this person.
Like, I believe now that I'm thinking of for myself, like it's more like I'm present. Like I'm present and not thinking about anything. Like a fleeting moment of like not wanting anything, not wishing for anything, not wishing for anything to happen. जो बहुत कम होता है.
Yeah.
So I think वो meditation से
I get that. It's
and
not
we
very
are just
nice.
present. Like
Yeah.
we are able to admire the scenery around us more, admire the people, be grateful for them, like whatever it be. But just present in this moment.
Yeah. I feel that too as well.
And that's so much needed, especially these days, like
Yeah.
where there's always this next, what's the next conquest in life to win? Like, we are rapidly going towards it. So, us time par we really need that break.
And I think I personally get caught up in a lot of shoulds, like or a to-do list, so to say. That I'm supposed to do this today, I'm supposed to do whatever, I'm supposed to be working on that and everything. So if I meditate, like you said, you get present in the moment, and then just the next impulse kind of comes. So let me try doing this. Let me start with that. And one thing leads to the other, and you end up doing whatever you were supposed to do anyway, but it just turns out to be a very beautiful day. Which is not so much from your head. It feels like, you are following your own natural rhythm, and things are falling into place, and you're more aware and enjoying the moment a little bit more. I think life becomes a little bit more softer and more beautiful. Meditation kind of opens. I won't even say it's meditation. It's if we have the power, the potential, and accessibility to that consciousness. And meditation is one of the tools through which we can open the space within ourselves, where we are allowed, because we can get so caught up in like the daily schedule and the daily things and the reality, so to say, of what you're supposed to do.
And like it's all about like the magic is in you.
Yes. So many people get caught up in the fact that, or they assume that meditation is not for me because I cannot sit quietly for 10 minutes. And so often, you don't even need to sit quietly. You just let the thoughts pass. You just let the thoughts come,
that's
pass,
the
like your
point.
thing. And slowly, maybe in the 9th minute, you feel a sense of calmness. And
Or
that's it.
maybe sometimes you don't feel the
You
sense
don't
of
even-
calm. And
you
also
know,
because I've never tried doing it alone, I've always like. But I'd be.
So I feel like meditation is again another way for me to connect with whatever that I believe in. That hey, it's not maybe a prayer, it's not maybe a puja or something, but it's my way of like making space for that connection. That whatever is looking out for me or watching over me, I'm here for it to listen to it, or I just want to feel that like love. So somewhere meditation also works for me like that. It makes me feel like that.
I also feel this whole journey, like I don't know if I should put it as like a spiritual journey, yeah, meditation, yeah, whatever you want to call, like the any medium through which you connect with the higher power, let's say. I mean, there's a time in your life that it will come. I mean, no matter like I was, I believe, 25 or something when I first experienced, okay, yeah, there's something in this world and the higher source of energy and like connecting,
Yeah.
and like being grateful to them and like seeking help and all of that, being hopeful because they are around you.
I think for me it was more where I was actually seeking it. So again, as I was talking about the college experience, so I was probably 19 or something.
Okay.
And I was literally, I don't know why I was seeking it. I really don't know. It was just like this urge to understand that there is probably something more.
Like, you want to share like how you manifest?
So I think I teach manifestation as well.
Okay.
I do believe like what you said like about gratitude. I'm not saying that you need to be grateful, but I feel we all have inherently this desire of whatever you might want to. Maybe you want to record something, or you may want to have a new friend. Maybe you want a new flat or something. You have a genuine desire, and when you put it out there, right? I feel the universe or God or source or angels, whatever, it's there to help you, to give it to you. Now, the thing that we need to do is to be open to it and to be expectant of it and to be more in a state of, okay, let me imagine if this was, fulfilled for me or this wish was granted to me, then how would I act out? How would I be? What would my
Okay,
energy
so
be
already
like?
start.
Yeah, it's not delusion.
Fake it till you make it like that.
A
Like
little bit like that.
a little bit delusion it is. Come on. Like,
Okay, a little
no?
bit delusion, but not like that.
like you already have it.
Yeah, but
And
instead
found
of-
the love of my life. I found
maybe not, it's not like being delusional, but also not being very skeptical. Being
like
I would
doubting,
have-
doubting that
Not having
makes
the
the
doubt.
problem. Yeah.
because the
What if
moment-
something goes wrong?
Yes,
What if it doesn't end up nicely?
there are not
that
enough people.
fear. Yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah.
not fear, exactly. That's the thing. Like the more we cultivate the fear, the more we live in that fear, right? The more distance we create between the thing that we want. And if we normalize it, right? Like, okay, this might come around, I have time, I'm good enough, there are enough people. Then we focus on other things that are
Like
wonderful.
believing on the
Believe,
brighter
yes.
side.
So
Like,
believe
oh, this is
versus
going to happen
fear.
and I'm working on myself. That's
Yes.
it. Without having that fear.
Yeah. So it's very practical that okay, let me be open to it. You want to be open, very honest with yourself about your doubts. Where do I really, doubt this? Do I think this can happen for me? When you say no, you can list out those things as well. Why do I think this can't happen? Because previously I had this experience. That's why that has brought on doubt in myself. Because other people say so. The market is such and such, so I can't have it because of X, Y, Z. And in that list, you have to start changing your own way of your own perspective. That no, let me be open. That past experience doesn't define what will happen in the future.
This happens, dude. Like when you have this past experience, unintentionally your brain start looking for same pattern. Let's
Yeah.
say somebody had a past,
Yeah.
bad past in relationship.
Yeah.
They'll only seek for ki if there is a new person, there'll be the same
start
pattern.
looking
To
for-
me. You're looking for those negatives. What if वो है ही नहीं? But then because your brain is wanting to see what they're wanting to see, तुम ultimately तुम ये सोचते हो कि okay, yeah, there's a problem with this person, and then you back out.
So that's a negative bias that you're bringing everywhere you go. And through that bias, you will attract that as well, or you will get that out of that person. Forget manifestation.
Yeah.
Like if you just
you
come
just-
with that assumption.
Yeah, you will get that from that
Yes.
person. Like you'll
So you can switch that around, right? If you come with that assumption that okay, I will have the flat that I'm looking for, I will have the job that I'm looking for, or I am gonna feel good. You bring in that energy, you bring in that mindset, you bring in those conversations, and you can shape it differently. Now, that is the practical part of it. The fun part, the magical part is that, you actually come across random connections. You come across, suddenly you have a thought that you've not had in a while. That makes sense. Let me reach out to this person. Or someone else calls you out of nowhere, which is the exact connection that you needed from point A to point B. Like, there's so many serendipities that happen or coincidences that happen.
By chance.
Yes.
Yeah.
That, like, kind of adds to, like, that, okay, this is the next step, this is the next step.
That's true.
So-
That's true.
That I feel, that is manifestation. Not preaching toxic positivity, because when you
Yeah.
are feeling down in the dumps, it's important to validate those feelings also.
Okay, this is how I'm feeling, and
Yes.
yeah, you need to validate.
You can't be sorry, that's nothing. It's so many people go through so much stuff. It's okay, just like think
Just
of something
comparing.
positive.
Oh my God, I'm like so. This like irks me whenever I see people like comparing. Oh, this is nothing. I've been through worse. I'm like, I know you've been through worse, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, I'm just talking about myself here
Yes.
and my life, and
Yes.
I'm not able to handle it.
Yeah.
So it's not about what you'd been through. It's more about like I don't know, like. But I know. I mean, in the end, like the other person is only trying to calm you down, but it doesn't help.
Doesn't sometimes you
point.
need to shout.
Yeah,
Sometimes you need
yeah,
to
you
cry.
can't always. I have a few people around me who are always like, oh, you don't know, my friend did this. Oh no, I was going through this shit. Like, I know you were. I'm sorry for you in that way, but don't tell me this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you did something in your life is not going to make me feel better about my situation.
Yes. Yes. In fact, the best you can do
It's just listen out to me and understand if you
Exactly.
want to, and if you're not getting it, it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even expect you to like get it.
better not be there than to say something like that, right?
That's true.
So I think that is toxic positivity, when someone gaslights you into feeling like you're wrong to feel bad.
Oh, it's
Or to
nothing.
scare you into don't feel so negative, something bad can happen. It's fine. Something bad happened to you, process your feelings. Like, I think that is something that also annoys me, when people are like, okay, express gratitude now.
No.
Like, let me cry. Something really
You need-
bad happened.
I know shutting your feeling is the worst thing. Like, I did it once, I remember. Like, when you just shut all your negative feelings and then do to explode out, then it's more dangerous.
Mhm.
So it's like, it's better to like, even if you're like sad, just feel it.
Yeah.
Be sad for a day. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay if you want to cry. Obviously, like, you can't go into that well where
Yeah.
you're not able to come out of
Yeah.
it. But you also need to feel every feeling
Yeah.
that you're feeling at that point.
Don't- That I think is fun. The fun way of looking at life.
It's tricky, dude. Like, you learn after making a lot of mistakes. You get up, you put yourself together again, and then you kind of go towards it. And then, that's how I learned about a lot of things in my life. Obviously, meditation and being spiritual in whatever way we are, that does help a lot. That's given. But yeah, it's also about like experiencing different situations and feelings, and then going through it, and then kind of learning a lot of things about yourself. Okay, I am different. This is
Yeah.
how I work.
Yeah.
This is what works for me. So that's a whole journey. I think that's what makes life beautiful. In fact,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
like
true.
just exploring your own self. Forget discovering other things in the world. Like, just discover.
Endless. It's endless actually.
It's
There's so much
endless.
to,
Yeah.
because you also keep changing, right? The person you were 5 years ago,
Yeah.
10 years ago, that seems like a baby, right? That
Yeah.
seems like a naive little kid who has learned so much.
The point is, like, if you're changing, change for the better. Like,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was quite some conversation about meditation. Do you want to say like people, okay, when I attended your class, there was this point when people, they can't sit still for some time and meditate, and they can't focus and then approach meditation. Do you have a small trick with which they can start, and then maybe find some consultant or someone who can instruct them?
Yeah.
Like, but how do I remember, like, you told like something about like massaging your scalp and all of that, which I often do. So I know, like, when you said that in that class, I just instantly got validation. Okay, yeah, this is why I used to do, because I never gave a thought about why I'm always doing like this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but then I realized, oh yeah, because it's all about the blood flow and everything.
Yes.
When you feel not okay.
Calming yourself,
Yeah.
you're regulating your nervous system.
Yeah, so when you mentioned that, I was like, Oh,
that you have been doing it.
yeah.
So yeah, so the workshop was around how to feel more calmness in our life, how to bring a little bit more peace to our life, and what are the different tools that we can use. And one of the things which was like, what is something you can do anywhere, which is just massaging your scalp a little bit and increasing the blood flow so that you can give yourself a little bit more like rest, a little bit more calmness, a little bit more nourishment, even so to say, so that you feel more present in the moment. And meditation is, of course, one of the bigger tools because depends on where you are, how much time you have. I think people can start with noticing their breath. I think that is a
Box
big one.
breathing.
Box breathing I think, is a great technique. So box breathing is basically you can take any number of counts. You can take 3 counts or 4 counts, and you inhale for 4 counts. So I will like make a box here. Inhale for 4 counts.
Those Instagram reels, I'm imagining. But
Yes.
yeah, you know?
There are many. And then you hold your breath for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and again hold for 4 counts. And you repeat it 4 times. And that instantly brings you back to this moment. Your mind might be overthinking, there might be a lot of stimulation around you. So, this is a very quick way to come back to your body. It's not even the present moment, it's literally come back to your body because you might get too much in your head. So it's a great way to practice it. You can find box breathing, you just look it up on YouTube and you can follow along some YouTube video which actually gives you the instruction for the 4 seconds. So it brings you in this moment and in your body. Again, connecting with your breath, I think, is a great way to start meditating. If you have, say, 5 minutes of peace and quiet, sit for a while away from your phone and just try to listen to your breath as you take deep belly inhale, like not just from your chest, but more expanding your belly and bringing it back towards your spine. That kind of movement that happens, it's just this beautiful thing to connect with your body, okay? Because it's you constantly breathing, you don't even realize it. So you take 5 minutes to actually feel those emotions. Okay, how does it feel to breathe in and exhale? How your shoulders are rising, how your chest is expanding. That in itself is a meditation. Let me just say that because it's a moment of pause. Then if you want to take a step forward, then I would say you can pick up any YouTube video which is a guided meditation. Just search guided meditation, calmness or peace. And I think it's a great way to start when you're listening to someone and like they guide you of how to take the next step and the next step and the next step. If you don't know how to guide your thoughts, I think that would be a great place to start. And don't expect anything out of it. Just do it as a practice. Like, when you probably go for a walk or go to the gym, you don't expect today I will build my muscles and today suddenly I'm going to lose a lot of weight. Just be in the process. And you will feel something. You'll feel maybe calmness, you'll feel a little bit lightness, you might just feel happier, you might feel nothing, but it's just a nice place to start. Enjoy the process. And then the more you do it, the more I think you feel addicted to it. I was addicted, you feel, oh, that was something nice. I gave myself
You just want to feel that feeling again.
Yeah, I gave myself like a spiritual or a mental treat. Then we get that again. So I think that's what I would say. Start slow, start with a very low bars and with low expectations. But keep the intention of connecting with yourself, giving yourself a moment of peace and quiet. Yeah.
It's so much needed these days. Like, we realize the importance of like connecting with ourselves like so later in life. I wish I knew this, like got to know it about, I think I was 25, 26 as I just said.
But I think as you said, it comes to you at the right point in your life. When you need it, right? When you are the most maybe receptive to it.
Yeah, exactly.
When you are open to it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you can still try it. Regardless of where you are in your journey, I think people can still try it. However
they should. I don't know how to. Sometimes I have this urge of telling people like, please try it out. Please try some meditation. Please try this. This is some course that I've done. Like I'm doing some courses. I'm like, just give it a try. Like, I mean, it's just magical.
It's like a soul retreat. I feel like if you go for a bigger course or something, you just come out changed.
Especially the people that you meet at any meditation center, like even they talk about self-growth and like positive, like they have a very different perspective of looking towards life, and somehow like just being around them makes you feel so, like their aura makes you feel more energetic. That's there, right? It's so I kind of like even like visiting those centers and like talking to those people and how they're always smiling and greeting with, with all these sparkling eyes and all of that. I love it.
Same. I I always seek that. I love such retreats. I love such conferences. Like there are a lot of spiritual meetups that happen.
Yeah.
So I love to explore that because of the people as well. Because you know, you have this also, again, it's a positive expectation that you bring in because you feel like I can just walk up to anyone and I will have a beautiful conversation. That's a bias that you carry in your mind as you enter
And
that
you know
space.
about the aura, like
Yeah.
the electromagnetic field that everyone has around
Yeah,
themselves. Like when you are into that field, or like,
It was like magical. Like, I want to go for more and more such things.